Practice at home. Welcome, everyone, to another live broadcast here at Ultimate Studios, Inc. for the Recording Ninja Workshops. Today, I'm joined by a good friend of mine, a mentor, somebody I've known for way too long.
Thank you.
Tim Pedersen.
Thank you.
So, what we're doing today, this is a little different than what we've done before, and I've been kind of aching to do this. Tim and I, I want to say we did a record together a while ago, but we didn't. We did and we didn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's an album called Hello Love by Tita Hutchison, which is a fantastic record that Tim and I mixed and retracked a few things, some vocals.
Kind of produced. It had come to us somewhat produced, but we made a lot of changes, not only in sounds and adding things, but in, if you recall, we did a lot of editing on the length of the songs and a lot of remixing as far as pieces go. So
since most of everything was already done, I mean, our mix for the most part was done. Right? On this particular song.
On Frost? Absolutely. Yeah, it was finished.
Yeah, it's a song called Frost from Hello Love.
We just weren't happy with it.
Right, yeah, it wasn't moving, the vibe wasn't quite right with the tune, so we decided it needed some actual drums. And since the song was done, it allowed us to actually play around with some different sounds to find a cool vibe. And we really did kind of mess around with things.
A lot. A lot of it was Charlie. We thought, we knew we wanted something that was vintage, and we got a vintage drum set to do that on. Was it a 66 Rogers? Or?
Yeah, it's a late, I think it's all late 60s.
Yeah. So we had this drum set here, and just thought, man, this thing could really use kind of that sound from the 60s, where things are not muddy, but they're thick. And, you know, of course, they used less mics in those days.
Yep.
And Charlie's idea, which was great, was to use a very limited microphone setup, very limited microphone setup. We're not even in stereo.
No, but we kind of, well, we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, technically we're in mono.
And it's important, I think, for people recording drums and for drummers to realize that they do, if you can have a vibe in mind before you begin to play, it's much, much better because you don't have to then just kind of play what you play and hope it works out. But if you can come out and decide, and Charlie and I worked on we decided what parts we wanted. We wanted to be simple, so we did a lot of rim click, but that alone made it hip, and then we went to a halftime thing for the bridge.
Yeah, I'll bet we took a day to do this. I mean,
we did.
We had 10 or 12 days straight of mixing, and somewhere in there we took a whole day off to record some drums.
And it was really fun. I mean, it was just such a great time to get to experiment. You know, so often nowadays we're in such a hurry. We come in and plow through the stuff and get a nice, but, you know, often uninspired performance. And I think being able to work with someone that you really enjoy working with and being able to produce a record the way you want to produce it. And the artist was very open. Tita was really open to the things that we wanted to do.
Hey, well, why don't we go ahead and hear some of this? We are going to play with the track. We have all the stems from the song, and we're going to play about half the song at the end. But let's kind of go through some of these mics and hear what stuff's going on.
Sound good?
All right, I'm going to go in the control room. All right, let's go down the list. I'm going to start with, let's start at the bottom. I'm just going to mute things out. Just give me any sort of simple groove. I got the kick drum up right now.
Sure. I'll make it something very soft.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Yeah. So it's what you expect. There's not a lot of low end from it, and we weren't really looking for a lot of low end. We wanted more of things to cut a little bit, to just be some presence of the bass drum, more as feeling this big bottom or anything going. So now is he doing a cross stick? All right, so let's go to our, this is the side mic. This is the S55 on the side of the kit. See, it's got a little bit of, hey, play a ride groove a little bit too. So a lot of our cymbal articulation's coming from that mic. It is getting EQ'd. I am pushing, I'm pulling a little bottom, I'm pulling some 300 hertz or so, and I'm pushing some maybe 2 or 3K. A lot of the sound's the compressor, actually. 'Cause I like the mid-range of those Comp54s. And I'm letting the volume come from the compressor a lot, too. Overhead. This is the 4080 on the top. Full, what you expect from a ribbon mic. There's natural. So the compression adds a little bit of, you know, it's adding some girth to it a little tail. Now the fun one. He thought he was done. So this is where a lot of our sound is actually coming from, which is that cube in front of the kit. So here, let me hear it. That's what it sounds like. So then we have some EQ. I'm adding a little bottom, probably, I don't know, we got a shelf around 80 Hertz, just a couple dB. I'm pulling some 300-ish. I'm pulling a lot of 8 or 9K, probably about 6 or 7 dB. And I'm also shelving around 10K at the top. I'm pulling off. So I'm doing a lot of getting rid of except for the bottom. Then we compress. And that's going through the Overstayer. And I'm pushing some bottom here as well. And it's full frequency. I'm not letting anything pass through the compressor uncompressed. Let's pull everything in. Here. So what do you say we hear this with the track a little bit?
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna leave all the, I'm not gonna turn the processing off for this. We're gonna hear it, you know, pretty much as it is right now.